is #1 everywhere. Google short links aren't fully dying, but guess what is? Nvidia's GPUs. They're killing them off. Let's get into the hot news, everybody. I'm your Brett host. We're going to be going over the hottest tech news I can find on the internet while you enjoy your breakfast this Monday, August 4th, 2025. Just want to say thank you to everybody that showed up to the giveaway streams that we had last Friday on the 1st of August, where we drew the winners for our 5090 gaming PC, as well as the 9070 XT gaming PC. And I just wanted to announce here on Hot News that the month of August, the giveaways will be the Razer Blade 18 that we reviewed recently with an RTX 5090, plus a 9060 XT PC that we built recently on a live stream. Those will be the UFD Tech giveaways, and then the 9070 XT PC that we built this past Friday will be the giveaway for twitch.tv/UFD Music, in case you want to get in on that now for the entire month of August, because that's what's going to be going on. And what's been going on in AMD's world is just continuously getting better and better and better. They put out a slide, which is a lot of marketing fluff, but something that probably couldn't have been released just a few short years ago, where they claim that they have the #1 processor in basically every aspect of computing at this current point. The best CPU for cloud, enterprise, and AI, the world's fastest gaming consoles, the world's fastest PC processor for laptops, the world's fastest desktop processors for gaming and content creation, the world's most powerful next-gen AI PC processor, and the world's fastest supercomputer, all being made up of AMD's parts, because they have just continuously developed and made things such as the good 9800 X3Ds. You've got the AI Max 395 Plus going into things like gaming handhelds. You have their Threadripper chips, you have their EPYC chips. It's all been a slow march to beating out Intel in all of the different sectors, and it's a far cry from how things used to be back in the day. But speaking of days, it's official. We're in the dog days of summer. It's back to school season, and man, is it hot out. You know what else is hot? The deals you can get at today's sponsor, Jawa.gg. Jawa is the absolute best place for gamers to buy and sell PC components online. Some might even say they're #1. Now, as I said, it's back to school season. And yeah, you might be 35 and haven't been in school since Topher Grace played Venom, but you still deserve a little treat. Take this ASRock Phantom Gaming RX 7900 XT we found here. Instead of clambering to get a 9070 XT, you can grab this up for a super similar performance and a triple-digit price difference. This one here is listed by Jawa's own official store, but really anyone can sell on Jawa. Extra special sellers can even be verified by Jawa, gaining this little check mark here. Every listing you see is also reviewed by a real Jawa employee before it goes live, so you know your transaction is safe and secure from before you even started shopping. Whether you're the buyer or the seller, Jawa's got you covered. Now back to this 7900 XT that you're upgrading to. Wouldn't it be nice if you could trade in your current card towards your upgrade? Lucky for you, Jawa has just that, a GPU and CPU trade-in program. All you have to do is select what component you're getting rid of, enter all its information, and sit back and watch the bones rack up. From here, you can opt for a cash payout or sell to Jawa and put your credit towards an upgrade. Aside from being a great marketplace, Jawa also has a great community that you can become a part of when you join their Discord. Chat with fellow enthusiasts, get tipped off on great deals, or get some build advice from people that might know a little bit more than you. Treat yourself to your not actually going back to school upgrade today, and check out what Jawa has on offer via the link in the description below. Save even more with code UFD10 to get 10% off your order up to $10. Big thanks to Jawa for sponsoring. But while you might be prepping your PC with the 7900 XT, I'm prepping my mind for the Nova Lake chips that Intel's supposed to be coming out with at some point in the future, who knows what date. And we're now having more inklings that that's progressing, with driver updates going to Linux for Nova Lake, the kernel patches for it. This is usually something that happens super early on, very preliminary, indicates nothing of release date, but we just keep talking about it because I'm excited for it. But that's not the only big news we got on Intel side of things. Their XeSS To setup is now going to be available for AMD and Nvidia's GPUs, whether that's their low latency setup or their frame gen tech is now going to be available for Team Green, Team Red, and it has been available for Team Blue, except for it's only available in 22 games, but the more the merrier. It just makes it easier for gamers to be able to have more options for upscaling, frame gen, what have you, in all of those different packages. And Reece is going to package up some nice PC tech deals for you and make sure that you're saving money.
Yo, welcome back to UFD Deals, bringing the hottest tech deals on the internet. Happy Monday, everyone. Hope you guys had a good weekend, and I'll jump into the deals for you. Starting us off today, we have this Fango 15.6-inch 1080p USB-C monitor, which you can grab for only $49.99, making it $40 off. These are all typically just rebrands of the exact same thing, but it brings the price down. But then next up, we have this gorgeous Gigabyte B650 Aorus Elite AX AM5 ATX motherboard for only $149.99, making it $100 off. The This brings the price down $20 lower than any other discount listing I can find, so hey. And then lastly today we have an MSRP warning with the Asus Prime GeForce RTX 5070 12GB graphics card going for $548.99, which technically is $1 under MSRP, so you're welcome. And hey, with that, the deals are done. You can find these and more linked in the video description down below, but until next time, man, you're back to bread for the rest of your hot news. Cheers.
Well, Reece, turns out that the people who thought their links were going to go away with the Google URL shortener, they're getting a good deal because it's not going away as quickly as was expected. The GOO.GL short links that were supposed to be completely deprecated this month, August 25th, are not going to happen completely. Instead, it's only going to be the ones that nobody goes to. If you haven't visited the link, then they're not going to be deprecating it. However, Google announced that actively used Google links will still remain alive. And as long as if you click on the link, it doesn't give you this warning message of not working in the future, you should be totally fine. Otherwise, you might have to replace that link and move over to all of that kind of stuff and change out all of the URL shortened links that you've been using. Let me know if this is a problem for you in any capacity, whether that's personal, professional, or for fun. I guess that's personal. Just let me know if URL shortening is causing you a headache in any capacity. And what is causing some people a headache is the upcoming GPD Win 5 that we've talked about previously. That's going to have AMD's Strix Halo chip baked in. It's going to be the big beefy GPU that can compete with the 4060 in a handheld that they're giving an external battery to. And now we have some physical pictures coming out of China Joy to see exactly what that looks like, and it looks wonky. So it looks like the battery is not connected via a cable, but more it's an attachment situation, which is going to change the ergonomics of the handheld considerably. You can see that on the right hand side, that picture shows that it's got latches it goes into with the power pins down at the bottom. Kind of looks like a DJI battery for things that we've been using it for, like their drones or otherwise. But this is a choice. I would have preferred if it was a cable, to be quite honest, because then you could still have the ergonomics of the handheld remain the same. They will indeed have a power brick that allows you to run it without the battery, but it's basically a gaming desktop that fits in the palm of your hand. That's the general idea that's happening right there. But that's not the only handheld that we got news on. The Legion Go 2 getting shown off in deeper capacity, this time with the Z2 Extreme chip. Previously, we saw it with the lesser chip, but YouTubers getting their hands on pre-release samples of the Legion Go 2, showing that the Z2 Extreme version of this console is beating out the other Z2 Extremes that we're seeing in things like the MSI Claw 8. So this is not necessarily something that's new, besides the performance seems to be better. Could be because of the thermal headroom that it has on the Legion Go 2, 32 gigabytes of RAM, giving it some extra oomph in case that's something that you need. OLED screen's going to be coming, variable refresh rate, detachable controllers, all of that jazz. Let me know if you're interested in it. I'm personally interested in the Legion Go 2. After getting to play around with the Legion Go S, I moved it out of this room. I had it in here for a little bit. It just gets me all the more excited for what Lenovo's doing next in the gaming handheld market. You check our review out of the Legion Go S right up there in case you're interested. But in case you're interested in getting a new card like we've been talking about with Jawa and otherwise, NVIDIA has given us more reason to have that happen because they announced the final end of the GTX 9 and 10 series. This is something that has been progressing slowly. It was in Linux setup, the Unix notification that they weren't going to support it anymore, and now they have publicly proclaimed that the last GeForce ready driver coming out to the 9, 10 series and Volta cards is going to be released in October of this year. So October 2025, coinciding it seems with Windows 10 ending, is when the GTX 970 is not going to get driver updates anymore. Now this doesn't apply to security updates. From this point, they will start getting quarterly security updates until October 2028. So also kind of staying in line with Windows 10, just having 3 years of extended security updates in that capacity, so you can stay safe for that little while, but you won't get any performance updates or enhancements that come with driver updates. And they also announced that they will stop releasing Windows 10 drivers on October 2026. So for the first year of extended security updates with Windows 10, RTX 20, 30, 40, and 50 series users can still have driver updates, but past that point, they're done. They're not going to provide game-ready drivers for Windows 10 past October 2026. So if you're on Windows 10, you're going to stop getting driver support. If you're on old cards, you're going to stop getting driver support. It's just going to be this cycle of having to move on with your life. I mean, it's kind of unprecedented that NVIDIA would be supporting these cards this far into the generation. I mean, they point out that their support lifetime for them is 11 years, which is beyond industry norms. That's entirely true. Look back at any of the older generations. Never has this happened before. But then if you think about it, when the GTX 900 series came out, like the 970, it would be like NVIDIA still providing security updates to the original GeForce 256, the original GeForce card that came out in late 1999. It would be like that just lost support while the 900 series is coming out, which is not something that was even conceived of. So NVIDIA has done a lot to keep these cards alive. They have done a lot in terms of software development to make sure that older gamer users are still getting priority support, which is really intriguing. It doesn't go along with the messaging that we're seeing that NVIDIA is anti-gamer, but this is a big deal that they've done it for this long. They are not making money from people who are still running the 910 series. It's just not something that is incentivized to them. They could have canceled driver support years ago, but they kept it up. They could have forced it software-wise, but they didn't. And 11 years is really a large number for them to have supported for these cards. Let me know if this bums you out, concerns you. If you're upset with me for saying that NVIDIA did something good because I should be only negatively against NVIDIA, let me know down below in the comments while I read what you said. Well, last week's episode of Hot News, we got King Crack 10 saying, make a desk PC, Brett, please. You know, I saw this comment, and so did several other members on UFD Tech, and I was like, should we? And then they were like, yeah, we really should. So we have a Lian Li DK07 incoming. We will be building that as part of our build streams. That's going to be our PC/desk for PC builds moving forward. So like we're going to have this Friday with a PC build. That's the general idea. It's going to take a little while to come in. I don't know when. I think it's supposed to arrive either later this week or early next week, but you're getting your wish, King Crack 10. We're planning on it. Congrats.